Hello.
Hello, my friends. It's Wednesday and we are getting closer to Easter. Tracy has her regular session with me and we just finished a live stream. Everyone is welcome to the live stream because you will be sure that your question will be answered over there.
You can find the link to join for the membership to sign up for the live stream in the description below.
Thank you. Okay, and the last video I was shocked, but I didn't know if I will be doing another time that the video will be going on, so I posted as short one. Thank you for forgiving me that. And Journey, Angel, sorry, my own handwriting. She wrote, it was still a good video. I was waiting to see KJU is still alive, Kim Jong-un. So I will pull 3 cards because I know I was stopped. I was very disappointed, like furious. Because you want to help, you are preparing and then you are doing, and moments like that in life are freezing us. Okay, so Canto 3, is Kim Jong-un alive?
2, 3.
The vision I have, he is wearing a mask on his eyes, so he is not seeing completely. It might mean that he feels like a prisoner. He feels maybe not able to see well because he has a blindfold. That's what I was seeing a moment ago. And Angel of Justice, what he put, he received. Something is taking care of him. He is not as he used to be. He's still a leader, but his sister is the one who is running the country. So that's the reason she is feeling more powerful. So officially he is a leader, unofficially she is the leader. I didn't see his hands being tied up, but his eyes are. So there is something that affected his probably brain. And I saw him kind of in a coma before, so who knows if he is out of that, or we will know more. But that's what I have seen. And now Tracy will be asking me questions.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for all the submissions that I got. It's so wonderful to always open up that email box and have a lovely fresh amount for each week.
Maybe I will just add that.
Oh, yes.
Hugging and kissing, that was my title on the previous video, and as well I wanted to share that was what Don was telling people in Fox News, that those people were just going for hugging and kissing to the Capitol. And I thought, yes, and they have the bear spray to spray themselves to have a better mouth freshener. Yes, they were not prepared. So that was the reason I named it that way, that last video.
Hugging and kissing.
You know my sarcasm.
All right, so thank you everyone for your submissions, and if you would like to submit a question for our next video, remember you can send them to psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com, and there is also a copy of that email in the description below as well. My first one is from Lewis. What would you or your guides say is the trinity of inspiration when it comes to what the wisdom of life has to share with us?
It's a hard question. You can write thousands of books about that.
1, 2, trinity of inspiration. 3.
They say you are never complete. When you have idea, it's not completely yours. You are always inspired by something. But then it's meant for you to go with that flow. And we all have been doing those things in life that we were inspired by someone, and it was a passion for us to do it. It is sent through us to connect with the higher powers, and we know we can't stop. We have to experience that. It is maybe someone from the another side who is guiding us. And it's helping us to make a good decision, the decision that can influence the whole world. And give us prosperity, give us status, give us making goodness for others, to feel, give security to others. So all those inspirations are kind of sent from above. And we are living in that moment of feeling so creative that the time doesn't exist. We just want to explore the creativity. Everyone probably had that moment, and everyone is different, but that's the way I feel that's... I'm not that smart, but I'm just saying how I feel.
No, it's good. Thank you, Louis. From Melanie, can you see what our lives will be like when we reach the 2nd anniversary of the crown bug being confirmed in North America?
We already
reach our 1st anniversary. So the 2nd anniversary, what will our lives be like? 2? 3.
There will be still illnesses, still stars pointed on the maps. Yes, there will be, I can see still, those pointed. There will be still things that we will be learning, reading about, beginning of something new, and we will feel powerless. So it will be after one after another kind of things going on. It's not that we will ever completely experience freedom from that. It will be, we will always be afraid of the new exposure to illnesses. I hope I'm not maybe there is another explanation, but I see a lot of stars all over the map, so it looks like they will be telling us, oh, we have here clusters of people being sick.
Little mini outbreaks.
Yeah.
Okay, from Jean. Oh, I wrote small. Good job.
Thank you. I know those feelings.
My handwriting. I read on Twitter that Russian psychological operations were using social media outlets to target socially alienated children in order to groom those children to act out as mass shooters in schools and other places. Can you read on this and see if there's truth to this?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see the symbol of Russian church, but it's laying on the sideway. That's not a strength, that's not anything that will be building up someone to the point to be a murderer. I don't see that as a symbol. It is just friends, more friends in the school that are creating that. It is the battle that some kids are facing, and they are unhappy. The journey is not easy for them, and they want to create revenge. The mental problems. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can by internet just program someone to be a mass shooter.
It's hard because there's definitely suggestive materials out there.
And I see that, so the church laying...
So it might not be the Russians involved. Okay, could you see, maybe let's try rewording this question then. Can you see that there is someone or a group of someones that are taking advantage of social media to try and manipulate the minds of those children?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
The games. The games might be the one thing that the parents shouldn't trust some of those games because they are too aggressive and they are creating those children to be, and mothers should be more involved and giving the better protection, better outcome for the children. So I think even Bill Gates is not allowing his kids to be more than 2 hours a day on the playing games, because all those things are harmful.
Yeah.
And the child don't understand that that's a game, and then he's 20, 21, 22, and his mind is still like a child's mind, and he's going to the superstore and killing people.
I didn't play video games growing up. The only games I played were computer games, but of course my mom, being the wonderful woman that she is, they were educational games. So it was like I think it was called a Jumpstart program. So it was like it went by grade levels, and that was it. That was.
I can't say that I was that good mother.
I just never showed an interest
but
in it.
There was still those silly games that, sorry for the phone, those games that Mario was playing. So
yeah,
I was
Super Mario. I mean, I feel like that's...
Roman was better than his father. And I was not even trying. Because I thought, well, what a waste of time. But then,
It's hard though. There is so much that can influence us, and the games have just gotten more and more violent since
that's
even I was a kid
probably
too.
what is people should pay attention and
or have conversations. If your kid's going to play it, that's one thing, but make sure you have open conversations about the difference between video game life and real life, right? I'm going to apologize for whoever's question this was. It appears that I missed writing your name on it. That's strange. But the question is, what will be the biggest crisis that we will face after the crown bug is under control? Let me continue this first. There are so many areas that can have a big impact, like unemployment and the economy and all that. So what do you think will be the biggest crisis that we will face after the crown bug is more under control?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see a fence, so the fence can be related to China, the fence can be related to the border security, so those things will be in jeopardy. Because I see a fence, symbol of fence, so it's not a wall, but it's fence, and defense, yes, China. There will be a lot of drama, a lot of problems. Biden has to be more stronger, and I know immigrants but in that amount of immigrants it might be a problem for the country if they will be letting them to come in. That's my opinion. I know they are good for the country. Eventually they are good. That's at least when I was applying for going to pass my exams, actually getting the certificate that we passed the exam and we are Canadian citizens, and the mayor of Red Deer, she said, and we are poor as 5 years in Canada, so no house yet, just renting. And she said, don't even let yourself to think that you are burden to our country. You are the one who are going to make, every one of you will make over $1,200,000 per each one of you, and you will contribute to the growing of our country and so on. So we are not the fifth wheel. She said, we need you, and try to be as productive as you can be. So I think those people are helpful to the economy eventually. There will be more houses, there will be more, economy will be growing, and those people will be working hard because they are young people, not old. So, but when it's too many on one time, it is chaos. And Don Don was scaring people with that, and maybe not necessarily, but it's going to the out of proportion, so that it has to be something under control.
Right. Okay. The more that I'm thinking about this, no, I'm really not sure. I'm so sorry that I can't remember who asked that question, but thank you for that question. From Patty, I actually didn't know about this. Joe Biden's dog, Major, recently nipped 2 Secret Servicemen and was sent to live with Biden's daughter in Delaware. Can you read on his future or see why he was aggressive in the White House?
Well, he came back and he nipped again.
Oh, he's come back and nipped again.
Again, yeah.
Okay, so then can we see why he is aggressive in the White House then, maybe?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Dogs usually act that way when they don't feel secure, and Bidens don't have enough time to play with them. They don't feel secure, so many strange people, and the dogs don't know how to act, and something is not the same way as it was before. Our Vivi surprised us on 2 walks. She snapped. She tried, not that she is, but someone came too close to us and she tried to bite. We were taking her for walks and everyone was kind of avoiding any contact with people for the last year. So she thought that that's the normal way people are going so far away. And when someone was coming close, 2 guys, she tried to, and this angel. So I think when the dog is not feeling in his comfort zone or something is different, I'm not a dog expert, and the Bidens should pay more attention, give him the more security, even to sleep maybe under the bed or so on, and the dog feels that he wants to protect them. Angel of protection. So I'm not blaming the dog, I'm blaming that the dog was taken from a shelter. So he has history of being abandoned, and he is feeling that he is abandoned right now because he don't see his masters. They are too busy.
And that's why I baby Charlie. So I was going to bring my little one, Annie, today, but Roman went out for a run, and our other dog, Charlie, is a rescue, and I don't like leaving him alone because I feel bad, and you can tell he gets sad when he's left alone, so Annie is kind of his companion.
He is huge.
He weighs more than I do.
Oh, yes.
To put it into perspective. But his companion is a little 8-pound Shih Tzu, so...
And she's the boss.
And she is the boss. Oh, Marlanta, she is the boss.
And Vivi is the boss to Charlie. When he tried to get on the sofa, she right away told him, sofas are not for dogs.
Yep.
And she is not coming on, she's never laying on the sofa unless I'm sitting. She thinks I will brush her. And she's
or when Annie's over, if Annie jumps up on their couch, then Vivi will come up beside her.
But otherwise, she never feel that that's her place, because the old dog was never allowed to be on the sofa. She was damaging the leather, so we learned on the first dog that she destroyed the leather sofas. We had to replace them, so with the second one, and Vivi knows that.
Vivi knows. My next one is from Amy. There is an old manuscript. It's an illustrated codex that is handwritten in an unknown language, and it's called the Voynich Manuscript after... How did I do?
Voynich? How you
I want to say Voynich, but I know it's a Polish name.
Where is the Voynich? Voynich. That would be the Polish name. Actually, it's still wrong spelling, but.
So yeah, it was named that after the Polish book dealer who purchased it in 1912. So Amy's question is, can you see what it is or who wrote it?
1912, not earlier?
That's when he purchased it.
Oh, okay. And what is it?
And so it's an old manuscript.
But the question is what...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, can you see what it is or who wrote it?
Okay, and a few years ago I answered that when I was doing videos with Leszek. I remember the answer. I saw this, I think I remember, because it's so many, that it is something for security, like when people are jumping on the platform and the others are holding. And no one can read that because I think I said that it's a code and they can't translate that code. There is so many reasons that they can't. And that was communications with the monks from people, from aliens. So that was created, and yes, to give them, teach them something. So it is a whole ability to learn about this, because those plants are not even existing here.
Right.
The magic. One day maybe we will be able to learn that magic, and look how many animals and all about the universe we will be able to learn. We have to use our intuition to do it, and I think I'm correct, because it's always like telling me you are correct. It is the manuscript to teach us about different herbs for medical reasons or for health and so on. We don't even have them on the earth. But if we will ever explore the other planet, then they will be able to know kind of that those things will appear on the other planet.
Thanks, Amy, for that question. So I thought this was an interesting question. So this one's from Charles. So you know about the Stations of the Cross. I actually remember when I was in Quebec, we got to see the Stations of the Cross.
What is the cross? What you're talking about?
The what's the fastest way?
When you are walking with the cross?
No, kind of. Like, it's the story of when Christ was walking with the cross, and there's like different statues that represent, or pictures that represent the journey that he took through there. In the sixth station of the cross, a woman named Veronica wipes the face of Jesus with a cloth. Does this cloth exist, perhaps in the Vatican?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It looks like the pigeon is taking the cloth and flying away with it. I don't know if that means that it's anywhere.
It's gone.
It's gone. Pigeon is symbol of peace, white pigeon.
Pigeon or dove?
Oh, dove, sorry. Yeah. Translation in the...
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's why she keeps me around.
Yes. And it is symbol of for the peace. I don't think it exists. She was feeling very hard. Her heart was bleeding, so she was playing like a doctor, helping, wiping, and it's for sharing the knowledge about being in peace, helping others, and so on. So I don't see that
it exists anymore.
No.
Okay.
And it's like it was flying away.
That sounds like a beautiful vision, though. Thank you, Charles. Okay, my last 2 questions are both to do essentially with guns and gun law, which I know has been a very popular subject as of late, especially with the unfortunate shootings that have been happening. So Kathleen asks, will the USA ever get rid of guns that people have for more than just hunting?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
They will have them for protection.
You scared
Vivi
me.
is telling us that's for protection. And I see a big door, metal door, and with the cross, don't go there. Vivi. And some will be held in a safe, so eventually I think they will have to make more security related, where they are keeping them, who is keeping, and checking for some mental illnesses, and because they are collectors and you can't take things from the collectors, especially when they are very wealthy donors, the wealthiest. Yes, the government will try it to keep eye on it. The secrets we will learn eventually, and it will have to be cooperation of both parties to do something like that. It would be enough if they will make sure that the guns are on the last video, 2 videos back, someone wrote on the last I posted as the 2 videos back, and someone wrote about Australia, how the law is in Australia related to guns. Nothing wrong is to have the guns, it's just to make sure that people are responsible for them, for keeping ammunition separately from the gun, for keeping the guns in the safe place. Like we had to have a cabinet for it, and not many women want to put up with few cabinets with the junk like that, and so that makes less appealing to some. And you have to have the key and to go for courses, I think in Canada once in 5 years, and to have permission from your doctor that you're mentally capable of owning gun, and people will be forced to sign from your family and friends for you to have that gun.
So it shares the responsibility.
Very inconvenient, but if someone wants it and they feel that they deserve it, that's okay. But if someone is a little bit cuckoo, then they don't need it. And the guy in Los Angeles who was, how come he had so many guns? From the hotel he was.
Oh, from
the mass,
Las Vegas, wasn't it?
Oh, Las Vegas? Yeah, Las Vegas, sorry.
Yeah, I was at that concert.
Yeah, so, it is something that should not be allowed.
My last question is from Vanessa. What is going to happen with gun laws in the U.S.? Will Republicans try to incite a war to protect gun rights?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. It's like a symbol of devil with big wings. It's scary. It's to them it's like a religion. It is something that they believe. It's like a black magic to them. It's something that they so believe that they should own it. Yes, own it, but be responsible. They will make people to petrify, worry. They will put some work, and the wheel of fortune, something by chances. I don't think they will be too successful, but the devil I saw, it wasn't pleasant. No, it is like from scary book about. So that they want to scare people that you will not be protected, as Vivi was barking for protection, and they will be doing everything possible to stop from allowing people to think logically that they don't need that much. They don't need those multi-shooted guns.
Yeah, or the assault.
Okay, so we will be doing our routine praying. golden circle of good energy. I will let you to start because you were saying so beautifully in the...
The prayer that came to me to share with you guys today is that not only for us to train our hearts to be filled with kindness and understanding and that positive energy, but also to start working towards training our minds as well, so that when we have an instant negative reaction to something, to find a way to start molding our subconscious to change it instantly to one of positivity or kindness or understanding, and looking at something from a different perspective, so that we free ourselves from judgment of others and replace it with that kindness and that positive energy, so that we might continue spreading it to others. And I just pray that you feel surrounded by that positive energy, and that you allow it to seep into your subconscious and allow it to overpower those negative thoughts and that negative energy.
Yesterday when I was watching the trial, there was a MMA fighter, young man, who was testifying, and he was telling the guy who was interrogating him that he was able to control himself. It takes a strength. It takes, because he is a weapon. You know, he knows so many different. He was wrestler. He was fighter. He knows so many martial laws, and he could probably even fight with those 4 policemen if he will. But he was able to contain himself, to control himself. And that's so important for people who feels the ability to keep themselves in a strength not to hurt others. He was speaking up to the policeman who was killing George Floyd. But deep inside, knowing how strong he is, he was still staying in the body. I think that's what he called this. And he said he didn't connect with because he didn't feel the connection with his spirit. He didn't feel connection with the human inside that policeman. It's so important to connect with people on the good level. And he said, I couldn't feel connected with that policeman. There was no human connection. I think that's what he phrased it. And I thought, oh gosh, it's so beautiful. And this young man can teach others. And he is a teacher. He has schools. He is teaching. And he is really valuable person to the society. Teaching others to fight is okay. It's just to know how much you have to teach yourself to control your anger, your emotions, so you are not going to attack others. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So please give people that strength that they can control themselves, that they can feel in the power of a moment to do goodness, not bad. Mm-hmm. And not to prove I'm strong, I can kill someone.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm finishing on the kind of, but we are all devastated what's going on the news about that thing, about that killings, and so I'm still devastated. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to find the goodness, and there were so many people who want
what we can learn from this situation.
Yes. Okay, to try to spread the message of being good instead of being bad.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching us.